Hey everyone, Magpie here with another cars video on my channel. Now this one's quite different to the car hunts. This is going to be a showing off my collection. So the plan for these is either going to be different characters, different sponsors or different parts in the films. Now quick little disclaimer, this is my collection. It's not the full collection, it's mine. Also some of these I've had since I was really young. The first Cars film came out in 2006 and I was just 4. A lot of these I had as toys growing up, so there may be a few scratches, bit of paint job missing and all that. But let's get on with the video. So starting off first, we have got Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, which I believe was the first ever car that I got all the way back in 2006 when I was just 4 years old. You can have a look at the markings at the back, the bottom here. It literally just says Disney Pixar. That is it. So that kind of shows how old this car actually is. And also quite a little interesting fact is that if you look at the spoiler, there's no rusties on it. If we look for example at the 2020 Silver Lightning McQueen, the spoiler has rusties on it and this one it doesn't. And that's because for a while they didn't actually put the sponsors on the back of the spoilers. Honestly, I don't know why, they just didn't. So there's rusties and the world famous lightning bolt. The side. The top. I'll explain the top and the scratches in a little bit. It's the back. The rookie racing stripes. For the rusties medicated bumper ointment at the back. And there's the other side there. So a few things that I do want to explain. Like I say, this is the first one that I ever got. It has been quite well played with. Look there, the Nike 5 with the top's being scratched off a little bit of the spoiler at the back there, and also a little tiny bit around here. But this is the first ever car that I got, and it seems appropriate to start off with this one, because honestly without this there probably would be no collection. So he's a really important one to me. I'm going to go off in the movie order, so we are going to have next Dinoco Lightning McQueen from the Daydream sequence. Now, yeah, we'll get to all this in a little bit. We're going to look at the car first. Honestly, Dinoco Blue is one of the nicest colours out there, I'd say. Just in my opinion. Got a nice Dinoco on the back. It's quite interesting to compare these two. So the Nike 5 is still in the light at the back. The sponsors, obviously the sponsor is different and is still around there. And because this is a Daydream for the next series, he doesn't actually have the rookie racing stripe anymore. Obviously Dinoco and Rusty's has been replaced. And he doesn't actually have his contingency sponsors here. So there's the base of this guy. Again, not a lot of markings on it. I should also point out that these, I believe, are made in China, with them being early car stuff. Now we are going to move on to this. This mess that is this car. So basically, like I mentioned in the disclaimer, these are all from when I was very young and I played with these quite a lot. This guy is so well used. Not only is he rushing through the red of the paint, you can see there, and you can probably see a little bit better with the back there. Yeah, we can see the metal, but it's kind of nice. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look the most professional thing in a collection, but to me, I grew up with these cars. These mean a lot to us, and I played with them a lot, and this is why they do have a few little scratches on there. And the next Dinoco car that we are going to is the Bling Bling Lightning McQueen with the piston cups on the tyres. First things first, the base. Made in China, Mattel. Yep, the base is different from this guy. And the reason for that is because I got this one at a different time. So it does have Dinoco on the spoiler there, which is really interesting. Now this is the time where they did start putting the sponsors on the back of the spoilers. Also his signature's changed colour. It's now white. And on this one it was yellow. Ignore, that's a bit of a one actually. Ignore the scratches. Face expression's changed quite a bit. He's just got the tyres. These the only difference to these. The back's the same, the side's the same as the other side. And the final Dynaco car for Lightning is the Transforming Lightning McQueen from 2021 mini case, the first mini case. Honestly, one of my favourite minis, made in Thailand. And the reason why I love this one so much is because they really emphasise the transform in little white stripe down there that kind of goes like whoosh, and it changes colour. And it kind of combined like the two famous sponsors of the Cars franchises, Dynaco and Rust-eze. The blue and the red looks really, really good. I mean, the tyres, look at those tyres. Amazing. Really like this mini, and I'm glad I can get my hands on it. Okay, now we're going to move on to this one, which is Cactus Lightning McQueen, I believe. Yep, that's a cactus. From Cars 1. Made in China, Mattel, and they've gone back. Well, this is a time before Bling Bling Lightning McQueen, because the base you can tell is a time after, but he still doesn't have Rust-eze on the spoiler. It's basically Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. Back's the same as the other one, but obviously it's covered in little cactuses, and I love these because they're raised up. You can probably tell they're raised up, and the feel, the texture is amazing. I love that. I love his face. Absolutely love that facial expression. He's like, I got something in my mouth, and he's not happy about it. That's also quite like moved out as well, so that's almost, it's not textured, but it stands out a lot more. So there is Cactus Lightning McQueen. I hope these are cactuses. They look like cactuses. We'll say the cactuses. And then finally for the Cars 1 set we have got this one, which has an interesting story in the fact that I only got this one in summer last year. I'd say about July, August time. Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen, one that I have wanted for many, many years, but I've never, ever, ever been able to find. Until now. I love this 95. Absolutely love it. Really, really stands out against the car. And I love this bit as well. The white little circle thing with the lightning bolt. 95 there again. And you can probably tell because of the light that I've got next to us that this one is almost like the paint job makes it look really not metallic but different. And I really, really like what they've done with that one. Now this is the Disney shop. It does say London. This was not bought in London. This was bought in Newcastle, which is like 4 and a bit, 5 hours away from London. But I'm guessing that the Disney store's headquarters in the UK is based around somewhere in London. This is made in China, and it is... It's a pullback. Got this guy in a 2-pack with Dirksen. Dirksen is also a pullback. And really, really like this one. Really do. Really important car. So there are all the Cars 1 Lightning McQueens. We are going to head over to Cars 2 and look at a collection from there. And we're going to kick Cars 2 off with the World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen. Now I've only got two Cars 2 variations of Lightning McQueen. One is Disney Shop, one is Mattel. We'll get into that in a bit. But this is the Disney Shop's version of the World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen from Cars 2. And one of the things I absolutely love about this guy is the headlights. Yep, they are not stickers. I hope it's going to focus in. They're not stickers, they are pieces of plastic which have been put into the car to make it look like actual headlights, which I think is always amazing. I love this little logo for the Hudson Horner Piston Cup. There's the rest of the car, if he's going to hopefully focus in. There we go. The 95 at the top's got the green outline, which I love. So does the 95 at the side. All in all, World Grand Prix, 95 American racer there. Going on to the back, again with the lights, they've put the plastic in instead of the stickers. I did get this guy in a 2-pack with Francesco back in 2011 when Cars 1 first came out. Francesco also has this style of lights, which I always think is a nice little change from the stickers because they do look a lot more realistic, and because Disney Shop's cars are more bigger in size, they have more room to do stuff like this and made the graphics a bit more detailed. We're going to do a little comparison to the Mattel versions. Well, this is the base, very basic, just says Disney Pixar at the bottom. Quite an important one, and I like this one a lot. Now this is Mattel's version of the World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen. This is made in Thailand. This is actually last year's. And the reason why I got Mattel's is because for my photo shoot over on Instagram, check it out if you haven't already, link in the description down below. I'm going to do a massive kind of World Grand Prix photo shoot, and it look really odd having like this scale Lightning McQueen next to this scale versions of the likes of Jeff Gorvette, Lewis Hamilton and Raul Cerul. I've done the same with Francesco. I had to buy a Mattel version of Francesco as well. But this is it. Obviously it's got stickers for headlights, but we know in the film they're actually not the real headlight, not stickers. The Hudson Horn and piston cup there again looks really nice. He's got a more determined look on his face compared to this one, who looks very happy to be there. Again, the 95 does have the green outline on it, so does the sides here. All in all, World Grand Prix 95. This is the racing wheels World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen with racing wheels, so the wheels are going to be different to the other one. Again, comparisons coming in a minute. There's the back, stuck on stickers. What can you do about it? Here's Mattel. But also something that I actually noticed with this while doing a comparison of these two photo wise, again check out my Instagram if you haven't already, he's got two pebble caps. He's got one on this side and one on this side. And if we take a look at Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, just getting him back out here, he's got pebble cap, not as well filled in, I'll admit that, that's from when I was a kid. No pebble cap. So this guy does have two pebble caps, quite interesting, not entirely sure why. Now time for the comparisons. We've already mentioned the facial expressions, they're going to be different, and also the lights. You can see there what I mean with them being bits of plastic compared to the stickers. One thing that I will say, I'll put it on the side so you can see a little bit better, is that Disney Shop have slightly darker around the outline of the lightning bolt compared to Mattel's. That's probably again to do with size, and they can put a lot more detail into these cars because they are bigger. The wheels are different. This one's got the grey in the inside, this one has the black. Looking at the back here, again with the headlights, you can see that quite a little bit better there. So there's Mattel's and there's Disney Shop. The all in all does look to be a slightly darker shade of blue on Mattel's. It's quite an interesting comparison there. Also, the American flag is smaller on the Disney Shop compared to Mattel's. Again with the pebble caps, that's going to crop up quite a little bit. The bases, they're going to be different. Different companies making them. But one of the most interesting things that I only recently discovered, I mean, yeah, they're different for a start. It's the spoilers are different shapes. So on the left we have Disney Shop, on the right we have Mattel. Disney Shop's kind of goes like straight with a little bit of a curve in the middle, while Mattel's goes straight across like that. It's quite an interesting little comparison. You can see it from the back as well. I'll just move my finger out of the way against the white there. You can see the difference in the shapes, but these are the Cars 2 Lightning McQueens. I'm going to move on to Cars 3, then we'll have two special ones which aren't in films but they're in the collection.